Hello, how are you doing? Today I would like to talk about a topic that it affects everyone. It should be very interesting to you, and it should be in your best interest to really stop and think about this. So I'm just watching this video, and it's entitled "They're Putting Not for Human Consumption on Our Groceries." And it's this woman. She's telling a story about how things are changing in the food industry. And it really struck a chord with me because what she's explaining to us is all these labels that are going to have to go on our food. And she explained it similarly to the labels or the warnings that go on medication. If you look at medication, and if you think about medication, it's a pretty serious topic when it comes to safety. There's definitely medications because they all look the same. Just think about it from someone from another planet. Didn't know what medication was. If you look at all these pills, they're very similar. They're all pills. They're different colors. But they're generally the same kind of small little devices. I guess what I'm trying to say is it would be easy to just, if you didn't have the bottle, just assume they all do roughly the same thing. You take one, you're like, oh, well, that made me feel good. I guess this one will make me feel good too. But that's not the case because every medicine has its own side effect. And it's almost like every medication is designed for a certain type of person with a certain type of need. Okay, so when it comes to food, you think food would be different, right? You think food would be in its own category of it's all safe to consume, right? And you might have some occasional items that need labels, like alcohol, that lets you know that it is not safe for minors and it does have some negative side effects to your health and to your body. And it lets pregnant women know if you were, if you got to be told. That's fucking sad. Sorry, I just woke up. It lets pregnant women know that they shouldn't be consuming alcohol because it's going to harm the baby. Takes a pretty sorry ass mom to be drinking and doing drugs when you have a little baby inside of you. But I guess there's some people who need to be told that kind of thing. But back to the food. We've all become so blind. We've all become so blind to the facts and what's really going on. I mean, look at the country. People may be starting to see reality now. People may be adjusted their diets now, but as a whole, our country is overweight. A lot of people are eating way too much food and they're eating shit that's terrible for them. Instead of just having something to do in life, a lot of times some people will just choose to eat. They're sad, they'll eat. They're happy, they'll eat. Celebrate, they eat. Everything's attached to eating. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. Sorry. But, okay, so what kind of food are they putting out there for us that they have to put a fucking label on there, right? Well, think about Oreos. I mean, you see videos of these people taking torches to Oreos and it doesn't melt. It doesn't have an effect on the Oreo, and you're thinking, wow, that's pretty strong right there. What the hell is this cream made out of? The bigger thing you should be asking yourself is who allowed all these companies to basically put poison in their products? And when it comes right down to it, that's what you've got to acknowledge. You've got to admit that the people, they've been poisoning us for a long time now. A lot of the food is not fit for consumption. When you have 3 days worth of salt in one product, that's not good for you. That's not good for anybody. Where do you think this high blood pressure and where do you think some of these diseases come from? They come from the food. And you could say, well, you're only supposed to have 2 Oreos a month. You try eating 2 Oreos a month when you get those things in your house. It's not possible. You'll just have a sudden spark of inspiration to go raid the cabinets. Like, hey man, what the hell we got to snack on? I want something now. I'm hungry, damn it. Woo! But you gotta limit yourself, right? You can't have 24 fucking Oreos at one time. That's a problem, even if they were semi good for you or not as terrible for you as they are. Now let's look at Doritos. This is something that I love. I love Doritos. I've fallen in love with the different flavors. You know, it's so flavorful. I mean, and they designed it that way. If they were going to give you a poison, they wanted the whole world to, especially everybody in one country. If you look at other countries, they're not suffering the same issues. I mean, there are fat people in other parts of the world. Not like America. Per capita, we got the most fat asses of anywhere in the world. And you start to wonder, well, I mean, it projects a laziness on us. Like, we're lazy, we don't do anything, we just sit on our ass, we do nothing. But hey, man, I work hard. I know a lot of other people work hard too. There's got to be a common denominator here, man, and it's the food. It is the fucking food. And it's poison, man. It's sad to say that the people in charge would poison us. But there's money involved. That's what you got to see, man. There's money involved. Not only to get you addicted to the snacks and to get you so excited when you see it in the grocery store with all these bright labels and oh shit, you don't even want to talk about cereal aisle. Cereal aisle is just nothing but sugar, man. Nothing but carbohydrates, like a whole day's supply of sugar in one bowl of Frosted Flakes. And from my understanding, we didn't eat cereal or breakfast like that in the past. You know, it's just like they crammed it down your throat. You got to have 3 meals a day, and for a long time, I don't want to say that. That sounds bad. A lot. I subscribe to the same mentality where I really started thinking about flavor and the satisfaction you get instead of the overall effect that the item is going to have on you. And it comes down to what you purchase, right? I just talked about having raids of the cabinet. Well, if it's not in there, you go to raid and you don't find anything. You might find some damn Quaker rice cakes. Something that's, I guess they say that's healthy for you. I don't know. But you might find something healthy that you have to eat, an apple or something. But back to the Doritos, man. I love the flavor of the Doritos. I was really excited whenever I saw that they had this new brand of Doritos called Naked Doritos. And it's a white bag and it really catches your eye. And I decided to try them. This goes right hand in hand with what RFK Jr. is trying to do for our country. You see, there are people who see what's happening to our country and they know that we're not on the right track and that things need to change. And this man is fighting in our lives in many different arenas to try to make our lives better. And it really is happening so fast that, what is it doing? I don't know if you're seeing it. I think a lot of people are seeing it. They're fucking poisoning us. They were poisoning us. All of us. They were keeping us unhealthy. They were keeping us unfit. Obviously, you have the choice of what you put in your body. But when 90% of the choices are bad for you, and the people who know they're making this shit on purpose to poison your body know how bad these things are for you, and there's a large number of rich people who are producing this garbage for we the people. Well, you got to ask yourself, well, why would they do this? Why do they want you to be poisoned? Could it be another group of rich assholes that have led them to make you want to be poisoned also? Who could that be? Who would benefit from an overweight population with systemic issues, diabetes, high blood pressure? A lot of problems come from eating the wrong food. I can only think of big healthcare, big pharma, the root of all evil, These fucking bastards don't have your best interest at heart. They hate you and they want you to die. But they want you to die slowly, right? Because you keep taking their medicine, right? The medicine was very, very expensive. So if you look, you see that the cheapest, I'm trying to give you a big picture look, big picture view of the situation. The food we have to choose from is shit, unless you are rich, unless you can afford a few items that cost a lot, right? They put the things that are good for you way up here and they cost a lot. Trust me, a salad, to have a good salad, you're looking at $15. Once you get all the little ingredients and stuff like that, versus you can have a cheeseburger for $3. Why aren't salads more affordable? Why don't we have more vegetables and more ingredients that are going to make us healthy? Well, when you're healthy, your mind and your brain thinks differently than when you're sick. When you're sick and sluggish and drained and wore down and beat down, you go to your doctor. You think they have your best interest at heart. They don't. They fucking hate you too, and they want you for your money. They don't care. It's as simple as that. They want to use you for your money, right? So if you go in and they give you all the answers at one time, then you're probably not going to come back, and their greedy asses are not going to make the money. So what do? The first visit, $150 just to come in and get to know you, just to bring your chart over, to bring it out and say, hey, I'm Billy Bob. Nice to meet you. I see you're fucking sick as hell. Oh man, this is going to be a good relationship. I can tell. This is going to be good. This is an overweight guy right here by 150 pounds. He's got a lot of issues and psoriasis of the liver. We're going to get some money off of this fucker. Well, hey, if you allow them to do that, you just got in bed with the insurance companies, right? Because you had to get your fucking insurance policy, and you got your deductibles, and you got your high monthly payments, and then when you go to the doctor, we just discussed that first visit is going to cost you $150 off top, if you're lucky, if that's just it. And then they're going to say, well, this appointment was just to get to know you, just to meet you and figure out who you are. We're going to need a follow-up appointment in a few weeks, and then we'll discuss this further. All right, you got your little follow-up appointment. We're going to need to take some blood. We're going to need to run some tests on you to see what's really going on in your body. Well, that's a couple $1,000s right there with all the different panels and all the different tests that they're going to try to run on you. And you can say, hey, this is a comprehensive approach that's going to catch anything that's ailing in the body, everything that's secretly there. This is going to bring it to the forefront, and we're going to be able to catch it, right? Oh, man, but what they offer you is not a fucking cure. What they offer you is poison. What they offer you is going to make you sicker than when you came in. It may not seem that way, but it will. I promise you. Because what they offer you is going to have side effects, right? And you're going to go back and you're going to talk to the doctor because you're going to want to run blood tests to, A, see that you're actually taking the fucking medicine. So these people have control over you. They know what's in your blood, and they can force you in order to receive the care that you're paying so fucking much for. In order to receive that care, they can force you to take these blood samples, right? So they know everything that's in your bloodstream, right? And there's a history of that. They record it. That's a whole nother topic about your privacy, but you deny that test and you say, I'm not going to take this blood test, and you watch how fast that fucking doctor cuts you off. Now, all of a sudden, if you don't come in for your medicines for this checkup, they're no longer going to send you a refill, right? Because they gave you a prescription with 3 refills. You go to pharmacies, you give them your money, because you're already paying the insurance companies. Now you're paying the doctors, and now you got the medicine. You got to pay the medicine, so the big pharma companies are making money. And then you go to the pharmacy, and then they got to make their fucking money off of you too. Man, and then on that 3rd refill, you're thinking like, okay, something's going on here. I need to get some more. So you call your doctor's office and say, hey, I need a refill. I'm out of refills on blah, blah, blah. Prevagen, whatever the hell they got you on. Atorvastatin. I mean, there's lots. So I'm trying to remember. I used to work at a health organization, a healthcare company, and my job was to facilitate the prescriptions. I mean, that's just one of the things I did. Anytime a customer or yeah, we call them a customer, a patient. That's what they want you to call them, a patient, not a customer, because you don't want to remind them that this is a service that they're paying for. So you disguise it as patient, right? This patient needs a refill. I'm so sorry, sir. We're not going to be able to allow you to have this refill. You're going to have to make an appointment to come back and see the doctor. Yeah, it's going to be another $100, $150 to come see the doctor. But hey, when you come back, we're going to, talk to you for 5 minutes in the office. You're going to come in this room. You're going to wait over here in the lobby. You're going to sign in, fill out the shit on the clipboard. And then we're going to put you in this other little room and sit you there for 30 minutes. And then we'll move you to this other little room after 15 minutes and then make you think you're going somewhere. And by the third room, bam, here comes your doctor. He's only in there for 5 minutes with your ass. He's trying to get through the process as soon as possible because guess what? There's way more patients than there are doctors in the situation. So your care is limited. The amount of time they spend with you is limited, but the money that they receive from you is consistent, regardless of how much time they spend with you, how much advice they give you, or how long it took for you to see the actual doctor. You're still going to have to pay that fee. And that's really what it boils down to. And that's what I'm trying to get you to see, is that it all comes down to money. You can't get those prescriptions unless you go back and see the doctor. You got to go back and check up with the doctor. And then you got to do more blood tests to see how everything's in your system. They want to prove that you're taking it, right? Oh, you're not taking this medicine. I could tell by your blood sample that you're not taking this medicine. So, oh, you're in trouble now, buddy. Gotta have you take your medicine, Mr. Broughton. Fuck that shit, man. It's a money racket. So we talked about the pharmacies are making money, the doctors are making money, the big pharma who's making the medical, who's making the medicine is making money. We have the insurance companies who are making money. So we got 5 different groups so far that are making money off of you, the patient, right? Well, if all these people are able to make money, right? If there's that much fucking profit to go around, that tells you something's wrong with the medical industry. If you look at their statements, look at their bank statements, not their bank statements, look at their annual statement that they put out where they show you record profits. Okay? So they're making record profits, and that's their goal. They have a group of board members, CEOs, CFOs, that's Chief Financial Officer, Chief Executive Officer. These people, their goal is to make money. And they don't really care how many people have to be sick in order for them to be able to get their brand new house and their brand new car. At the end of the day, it's not an emotional thing to them. It's greed. It's money. So working for this healthcare organization, it really taught me the ins and outs of how people are really getting screwed. I mean screwed by the doctors and by everyone I just named, right? So how do we get off on this tangent? We were talking about food, right? Well, Big Food communicates with Big Pharma. And they made a deal with each other to make the American people as sick as fucking possible. And you say, man, I can't imagine a group of people being so heartless. Well, when there's money involved, that seems to take the heart away a lot of times. That seems to take the critical thinking away, because you start thinking with greedy eyes and you think, how can I get more? I need more. Man, we went to vacation last year. That shit was awesome. We need some more money. Give me some more money. More money. More. It's never enough, right? Because you got to have a new car, a new house, new vacations, new events. These people live it up. And they're using you and your money and your health to do it. Now, would you trade your health for anything? I mean, if someone offered you a lot of money, would you trade your health for money? Because you can get the money and then you're going to die soon because you're not healthy. Health is like the greatest wealth. that you can have on this earth, regardless of what they tell you. Because you could be very, very unhealthy and super rich, and like I just said, you're only going to be able to enjoy your shitty life for a certain amount of time. Because you're going to be going down every day. You're going to be miserable whether you know it or not. And the money is not going to matter. Health is the most important asset that you have. Trust me. Health can allow you to make it into the next achievement in your life. Right? The next big goal that you have set for yourself, the next allotment of money. You want health first. But it's sad to know that all the rich people, they want us sick. Isn't it much easier to control a population that's sick? Isn't it much easier to control a big group of fat ass people who are 100, 200 pounds overweight? You're stagnant. You're slow. You're like a turtle. You're not fit. You're not able to take on the government. You're not able to take on anybody. And you're damn sure not able to fight, right? So you took a country full of lean, athletic Americans and you turn them into a bunch of sick, hopeless, fat ass couch potatoes. I was trying to think of something else to add to that. We're all couch potatoes, right? Well, who could be making money off of you sitting on your ass? All these streaming sites. All right, so if you see, it all works together. They all have a plan, and they're all fucking profiting off of us. Well, you say, well, hey, man, life sucks without streaming services. Hey, it's one thing if you come home after a long day of work, and that's your enjoyment, you know. You put in your time, you did your thing, but to sit there and watch TV all day long, every day, and not accomplish anything in your life? Hey, I've kind of fell victim to that lately. With no money, no job, no hope, no resources, nothing but, just time to kill. That's how you fall into that trap. When you're sitting down and you're stagnant and you're already having very unhealthy food and you're pairing that with very unhealthy medication, your life expectancy is going down rapidly. So if they can keep us churning out babies and then our life expectancy is shortened, right? So they can keep making money off of each new generation. And it's like we're becoming sicker and sicker and sicker. Right? We have antibiotics. Antibiotics are being prescribed for the wrong reasons a lot of times, especially in the past. Antibiotics are not for viruses. Viruses run their course. So when you prescribe an antibiotic for a virus, what you're doing, how can I explain this? The germs build up immunity, right? So when we start off with an antibiotic, I don't want to say that's weaker, but essentially what we've had to do is increase the strength or find new sources for antibiotics, increase the potency, increase the dosage. Because we have bacteria, we have treatment-resistant bacteria. And you're starting to see this flesh-eating bacteria. I saw this person who they're cutting their toenails or something happened with their foot. They got some kind of infection. It was involved with water also. Maybe like being at a public place with water or a lake or something. I don't know. This guy had a flesh-eating bacteria. He thought it was a little sore. His foot turned black. They had to cut his whole fucking leg off to get it to stop, man. That's sad. And they realized that there was nothing they could do because they didn't have an antibiotic strong enough to take care of it. And so that's where we're heading. We're heading into a future where antibiotics are almost phased out because the pathogens that we're fighting are becoming so strong, it's just ineffective. And so if you're the type of person that rushes to your doctor every fucking time you get a little sneeze or, I got a runny nose, let's go see what the doctor wants to give me to make me better. I can never get better on my own. God would never love me enough to provide me with the natural resources on this earth so that I can heal my own fucking body. Right? That's what they want you to think. But you have a God that loves you enough that has provided you with every possible thing that you could ever need. And you see the way these stupid motherfuckers do you, right? If you have a medication that comes in an orange bottle with a white cap, then it's okay to put down on the side that this is medicine that is designed to treat you. It's a fucking lie. It's designed to keep you sick. But when you look at a natural product like this, made by God, this is green tea, right? Not a big deal. A lot of people take green tea. But when you look at the side, you can't really see it. It says here, let me see if I can read this. The damn light's getting dark. I think it's about to go to white here. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And this is a natural product that you buy over the counter, and this is something that God has given us in the form of a plant, and we have been able to put it in the form of a capsule. Right? Green tea has been used for a long time by the Chinese. This is a very powerful antioxidant. We have oxidants in the air that you breathe. An antioxidant is going to prevent that oxidant from causing harm to your cells. Right? You have these cells, your whole body is made up of cells. Well, when you take strong antioxidants, like what's found in green tea, if you drink it, or regular tea, there's lots of variations of food that you can receive these antioxidants in. But what it does, what they don't want you to know is, it serves a purpose. It serves a very great purpose. A purpose that these medications that they're pumping out could never serve. Every one of these medications that they pump out have side effects. Those side effects lead you to get other medications. Those other medications lead to stagnancy, death, destruction, and bankruptcy. These little old ladies I talked to on the phone had to decide, hey, I get $1,200 a month for my Social Security. I don't have any family and I don't have any other income. Do I pay for my food and my house payment or my taxes, or do I get my medication? Well, they got me on a medication. It's $180 every month, and I'm struggling to afford it. Hey, Trump just came up with this plan, Trump RX. He's going to make us the most affordable of all the nations, right? Because we've been getting screwed. We Americans, I want you to see how it's all coordinated. Right? They have a huge system designed to fuck us over and to suck us dry. Both monetarily and health-wise. They want you sick. They want you dependent. They want you to die at a certain age. But they want you to have kids before you do. And they want to reward you for raising these kids until they're 18, until they're future taxpayers, until they're future consumers of these products that they've been making money off of us for so long. I know this video is getting long, but this video I just watched is just letting us know that these motherfuckers are being forced now. They're being forced to tell the truth about what's in the food. And I urge you to do your own due diligence, to go and search out the changes that they're making. We have those naked Doritos. I could pronounce every ingredient on that list. Now, you want to tell me why riboflavin is in your chips before and now it's taken out? We have all these toxic chemicals and dyes made from petroleum. That's the same thing that they make gas from. In your fucking chips. If that don't piss you off, you're not alive. You're not awake. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. What's it going to take? What's it going to take to get you fucking mad enough that you fight back? And you say, I'm not tolerating this bullshit anymore. I'm not spending my money on Oreos, Doritos, and this crap that's ultimately going to take 10 years off of my life. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to the fucking doctor anymore and getting this poison that you're putting in my life, destroying my fucking life. I will find God's natural remedies. I will choose another path. This video is going to be continued because I'm here at the 30-minute mark. That's all I have. This is very serious. This is very important. If you love yourself, you'll do this. If you love your children, You'll do this because you want longevity for your children, right? You want to be around as long as you can to see your children grow up, to see them flourish and prosper. You're not going to be able to do that if the doctor takes your life at 55 because you're on this medicine that he or she said was good for you, which was really actually poison. Hey, doctor, I got these new side effects after taking this medicine. Oh, I've got another medicine that pairs well with this. You're going to love this, right? And now you're adding an extra $20 or $30 to that prescription list that you have to go and get every month. I just want you to think about how much of your life you're giving away to these bastards who are making lots of money off of you. Big Pharma is the enemy. We've got to break the back of Big Pharma. We've got to bring them down to their knees. This insurance companies, I'm not saying anybody should blow the head off of anyone, right? But why do you think we had Mr. Luigi Mangione or whatever the hell his name is? Why do you think he blew the head off of that insurance company, their leader? What was it, United Healthcare? Why do you think he did that? I mean, that's pretty strong to get you to do something like that, right? Maybe they poisoned his family. Maybe they killed his family members. Or maybe he woke up to the facts. I'm not saying go and kill anybody, but it looks like that's what it's going to take to get these people to realize that they're fucking with the wrong ones. Just do your investigation. Go find out for yourself, man. I'm not lying. I tell you the truth. I love you. Have a good day.